Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live call today. I know you're really going to like our discussion, our talk today, because we're going to be talking about different languages that people choose to learn. A lot of people right now are learning English, and I think that's great, of course, because I teach English, I speak English, so it makes it really easy for me, and I'm happy that people are learning English. And also, English is a great tool, a great instrument that helps us connect with people around the world. But there are other languages that are so great too, and other languages that can help us connect with people. And today I want to find out why you're learning English, not another language, and maybe you are learning other languages. Maybe maybe English is not the only language that you study. Maybe there's something else that you also are learning, another language, and it would be great to find out what other languages you think are important or good to learn right now. So I see some people have joined me on YouTube in the comments. And if you're watching right now on YouTube, I have posted a link. I've posted a link in the comments on YouTube, and you can click on that link and you can join me live here and speak with me. And I see Loredana has just joined me from Italy. Hello. Hi, Loredana.
Hi,
How are you
how are
today?
you?
Good.
I'm fine, thanks.
I see
At
you're at
work
work.
again.
I guess at this time, of course, you're at work, right?
Yes, right.
Great. Well, thanks for taking a little break and joining us. And
Thank
uh,
you.
so
You.
so today we're going to be talking about what are different languages that you think are important to learn right now. If you were not studying English, what other language would you study?
I would study Chinese,
Chinese?
yeah,
Okay.
and German.
Chinese and German. So
Yes,
because you think those languages are interesting, or because you think they're important for the future?
are important for the future, uh, especially Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
But because we are close to the Germany, for us it's good to know German too. So because I said, I already said I'm from Romania, so a lot of companies are from Germany in Romania. So it's good for the Romanians to speak German. But Chinese, I think it's good to know, or whatever you are in the world, because I think they uh, will be everywhere, I think.
Okay.
So what do you think about this,
Yeah, I
what
think
I
that
said?
I think that China, of course, is a very important country and economy in the
Yeah,
world, and a lot of companies produce products, manufacture products in China,
yes,
and
exactly.
so there's a lot of reasons to study Chinese, to learn Chinese. It's also very difficult, though, I think, for Westerners, for people who live in
Yeah.
Europe and North America
But
and stuff.
do you know Chinese? Know
No,
something?
no, I
No,
don't.
Japanese? And, no.
I don't
It's
know.
a new challenge for you.
Yeah,
Why not? Try it.
yeah, yeah. It's
I was
so you do.
I buy some I bought some books to learn Chinese, but I abandoned. How you say abandoned?
You abandoned
Abandoned.
that?
Abandoned. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I concentrated to something else. Bye.
Well, thank you, Laridana. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so thank you.
Let's go to Kai. Hello, Kai.
Hi, Chris.
How are
Hi,
you?
everybody. I'm doing good. Um, I got
Great.
my first job as a intern today. Yeah,
Great.
everything went
Congratulations.
smooth. Yeah, I learned a lot of things from the company. Yeah, everything went smooth. Thanks for asking.
Great, great. Um, and as I remember, you're in Singapore right now, right?
Yeah, correct.
So do you also speak Chinese?
Yeah. I mean, I speak Chinese all the time in Singapore because it's my first language, and then uh I mostly speak with Chinese speaker. And then I don't speak. I mean, we have a bunch of Chinese people who speak English a lot, and then normally I don't speak English with them because it's pretty hard for me to um, communicate with them because it's so hard to understand them because they kind of have like different accent or different understanding. Like they speak so fast, like a machine gun. So
They speak so
I
fast,
gotta
like
like
what? Like what?
machine gun.
Like a machine gun.
They speak pretty fast. Yeah, I can't understand them sometimes. So in my workplace, we speak usually we speak Mandarin.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
so you speak Mandarin, that's your first language. And do you also speak other languages?
I speak Cantonese.
Okay.
Do you know Yeah, that's a dialect of Hong Kong, and then I speak Malay
You
because
do
I'm a
speak.
Malaysian.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm Chinese. I'm Chinese Malaysian. Malaysian Chinese. Yeah, I'm Malaysian Chinese. So yeah, so basically I'm Chinese and I speak Malay. Yeah, and then English as my fourth language. I
Wow.
speak Thai too.
You speak
Thai
Thai also.
because my mom's Thai. But yeah, I speak Thai. I understand a little bit, speak a little bit. I can communicate with Thai people. Yeah.
Wow. I think that Thai is a very difficult language.
Oh, really? Yeah. Based on your question, the
Uh-huh.
language that I would learn is Thai because I my I think that Thai language is but for me though I think the accent is the most beautiful accent that I've ever heard. Like I heard Thai people when they speak fluent Thai, like they speak pretty fast and then they sound like so natural to me. So it's like it's so good to have it's so good to speak Thai well if yeah, I want to speak Thai well, but I can't. Like when I speak Thai, I have the accent, like the strength accent. So yeah, and normally I don't speak Thai with my mom. I speak Cantonese with my mom, and she'll just respond me with Cantonese. No, with Thai language.
Okay, so you can
Yeah,
understand Thai, but when you speak, you don't feel natural.
yeah, correct. Yeah, it just
Uh-huh.
feel bad. It went like it'll go to a different direction of understanding.
Hmm.
Yeah. So when I speak Thai, when I mean this, and then they'll go like they'll be like, "Oh, you mean another meaning? You're saying another meaning like that kind of thing." So yeah. So
Wow, okay.
I want to learn Thai so bad. Yeah.
That's interesting. So
Thank
you
you.
so you want to learn Thai because it sounds beautiful to you and because your mother speaks Thai.
Yeah, my mom speaks Thai, and then I have a lot of friends in Thai friends in Singapore too, and then I practice Thai with them all the time, and then they will always correct me. That's pretty good. I wanted them to do that to me, and yeah, I feel like they always say that like my accent is getting there, like my Thai accent is getting like it's getting to fluent natural Thai people, and then they ask me to keep on speaking, like do not care about the mistake and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, okay, I know some people who speak a lot of languages. Sometimes in English, we call them a polyglot. And the polyglots who I know, they have trouble keeping fluency with with so many different languages, because when you start to focus on one language, you start to forget another language. And so a lot of them, they have one special day of the week where they try to only speak in one language, and then the next day they try to speak in a different language. Do you have a system like that? Or how do you stay fluent in 4 or 5 different languages?
Like when it comes to fluency, when it comes to like first language, it will be so easy for me to speak. Like I can speak so quick, so natural. But when it comes to English, I gotta focus on a lot on the correct sound, like th sound. I have to, yeah, like when it comes to th sound, I have to like say it correctly, say it like strongly, like that, to make people understand me. I get tongue twisted all the time when I speak Thai, speak English, like my tongue get twisted, which I don't know, but it happens to me all the time. So, and then like, when I speak, I have a lot of saliva, like, yeah, it comes out, and then,
That's funny.
and until now, I don't know how to fix it. I don't have the approach to fix it. Also, when I speak English, I always remind myself that I have to speak slowly. But when I get excited, I would just like trying to speak quickly. It just happens naturally, like trying to flex my English level, like that kind of thing. I don't like it. Yeah, but I always forget that. Like I want to speak English slowly to the people, but when I keep on speaking, I speak quickly. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not into that.
I mean, I think that your English is really good. So
Thank
you
you.
don't have some kind of strategy for practicing so many languages all the time. You just have different groups of friends and you practice when you're with them. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, kind of.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Nirvana, how are you today?
I'm great. And you?
Good, good, good. Have you been watching the World Cup of soccer?
No, I don't like.
You don't like it, but Brazil won yesterday.
Yes, but for me, it's not important. For me,
Okay.
the cup is something very, very old. The the validity of this go out. I don't know.
It's
Um,
lost its value to you?
yes, I
Uh-huh.
never uh, impart with football. I don't know.
You've never taken part in football or what?
Maybe
Uh-huh.
for me, it's not important. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So if you were not learning English, then what other language would you study instead of English?
I think Spanish
Mm-hmm. Why
because
Spanish?
of sorry. Okay, because the my neighbor's country
Mhm.
speaks Spanish, so
Mm,
I think it's important. I know Spanish too.
Mhm.
Here in Brazil, most of schools teach English, but not Spanish. Some privacy schools teach
Private schools? Mhm.
privacy schools teach Spanish
Mhm.
as well, but not every schools.
Not every school.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
so
I think it's very important. We know Spanish and English.
Mhm. So some private schools teach English and Spanish, but not
Yes.
every school.
Yes.
And you think it's important to learn Spanish also
Yes.
because the neighboring countries around your country, they speak Spanish.
Yes. Exactly.
Mhm. If I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, there's also a country that borders Brazil that speaks French, and there's also a country that speaks English. No?
I don't know.
In the
I
north,
think. Sorry.
in the north part of Brazil.
I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, most of the countries near Brazil speak Spanish, you're right. So I was talking about this. French Guiana, they speak French. And this country, Guyana, their official language is English.
Mhm.
But yeah, all of these other countries, all these countries speak Spanish. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Thank you, Nirvana.
Thank you.
Let's go to, I know that Hassan wanted to ask a question. So Hassan, if you can come back and turn your video on, then you can ask your question too. Hassan Ali. Yeah, there he is. And just turn on your microphone so we can hear you. Just turn on your microphone on Zoom so we can hear you. Hi, Hassan, we can't hear you. You'll have to turn on your microphone. Hi, Hassan, you need to turn on your microphone so we can hear you. Okay, well, Hassan, after you turn your microphone on, then we can talk because we can't hear you right now. All right, so let's go to Ruma in India. Hi, Ruma.
Namaste. Hi, namaste to everyone.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah.
So if you were not learning English, which language would you learn instead?
Instead, actually, I would love to learn Spanish
Mm-hmm.
because I have I want to learn a foreign language. So that is like a hobby. But in India, there is multilingualism, you can say. There are like more than 25 states which have, each of them has a different language.
Mm-hmm.
Each of the states have a different language. So the oldest language is Sanskrit, and in India. And in Sanskrit, there's a saying, Atiti Devo Bhava, which means guests are gods.
Guests are
In
gods.
Sanskrit. Yeah. Guests are like gods.
Mm-hmm.
This is the oldest language in India, Sanskrit, which we normally don't use right now. So it's just in the Vedas and all that regarding the old age, right? Old generation. So it's regarding that. And there's one more saying, Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Par Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruvev Namaha. So this is the meaning, like Guru is your God, is the world. Guru means a teacher in India.
Yeah.
So,
So we usually say guru in English, right?
Guru in Sanskrit and in Hindi.
Mhm.
So Hindi is a national language, and this is the oldest language, that is Sanskrit, and Guru is the Brahma, like is a word to them, and we are like we respect that highly to teachers. We have that respect and humility. So I really thank that you are one of them who are guiding us to a right path. And even I'm an educator, I'm a teacher, and I basically want to learn English to to uplift the society which are lying backward, and to uplift the people who don't know English in India. And there are like 10% of the people who know English in India, only
Mhm.
10%.
Yeah. So
And
tell us more about Spanish. You said that you want to learn Spanish, that learning a foreign language is your hobby. Why Spanish?
yeah, Spanish, hola,
What?
hola, hello.
Ah, hola.
Okay, and gracias, that is thank you.
Uh-huh.
So just a bit of it I know. I'm just looking forward to that also. So, and I basically am multilingual. I know English, I know Hindi, I know Marathi, and I know Haryanvi. So there are 4 languages that I know basically. That is English, Hindi, Marathi, and Haryanvi. So these are the things, like these are the languages which I know.
So why do
Staying,
you want to learn? Why do you want to learn Spanish?
it's my hobby to
Okay,
learn
it's your
language.
hobby. Uh-huh.
So I have a thing that I want to learn one foreign language, and that is Spanish. And also English, I am good at it. But the only thing is that I don't have proper confidence and proper knowledge about it. Like get stuck in grammar sometimes. And staying in India, basically, it's very difficult to communicate in English, because people here sometimes don't understand English at all. There are only 10% people who know English in India. And
Mhm.
we are just, sorry to say, but we Indians are very good by heart, and we are misunderstood and miscommunicated at times. So I just request through your channel that please do not misunderstand Indians and miscommunicate about India through your
Okay.
channel.
Maybe we can say this about everyone in the world, right?
Yeah, right. Everyone. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Great. Okay. Thank you, Ruma.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
Great. So Hassan, let's try again. Hassan, please turn on your microphone and your camera, and you can speak with us. Hassan Ali. Okay. Well, while we're waiting for Hassan to join us, let's talk a little bit about so pronunciation and some sounds that people say in English that let me help with pronunciation in English. So a lot of times when I hear people from different countries, not any one specific country, there are some things that people pronounce differently. Even people who have a very, very good English, they're trying to understand, like, why do people still hear my accent, or why do people still think that I am from a different place, even if I have a very high level of English, right? So there are a lot of different, there's a lot of things that we could talk about connected to accents, but there are 2 things that I want to talk about right now because I think it's interesting for everyone to think about. So it's really just 2 sounds. It's the sound of S, the letter S, and the sound of the letter L. These 2 sounds can really like make someone understand that a person has an accent, or or it's from a different place. So let's start with L because that's a little easier. So let's talk about 3 different sounds of L. In English, there's 2 L sounds that we usually talk about. There's la, like in the word like, la. It's kind of in the front of the mouth. You put your tongue behind your teeth and like throw this sound out of your mouth with your teeth, right? Like la, like, love, long. But also there's another L sound, and people who teach pronunciation, they call it dark L. Ooh. So this is an L sound that stays in your mouth, and it doesn't have that last part of the L that you flick out of your mouth with your tongue. So for example, words like all or ball. So let's compare. Like, you can see that my tongue is doing this action like hitting something, right? Like, but the other sound, all, ball, call. Do you see how that's different? Now, there's another L sound that I think it's important to talk about because many other languages have a different L sound that English does not have. And when you use this third L sound that English doesn't have, then it's very clear to English-speaking people that like this is an accent. This is something different because it's not an English sound. And this is the L sound, L. Right? So in a lot of other languages, you have this sound. In English, we don't have it. Like, for example, in Italian, it's usually written like GL. And this will make a special L sound that is not like, for example, in English, when we say this letter, we say L. We don't say L. This is not an English sound. So if I say this, then English-speaking people will kind of give me a strange look, probably. And then S, right? The letter S. I understand that it's really difficult to know how you should pronounce S in some words, especially at the end of words, like the word that I just said, words. It doesn't sound like S. It sounds like Z. It's the sound of the letter Z or Z, right? So it's words, not words. And so if we make this mistake with the pronunciation of S, then it will sound strange to native speakers because it will sound like an accent that every letter S sounds like S. Because in many words, S sounds like Z, right? Okay, let's come back to our topic. I see a few more people have joined us now. Amira, welcome. Hi.
Hello, Chris. Hello, everyone.
How are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you. And you, Chris?
Great also. And today we're talking about if you had to study a different language, not English, then which language would you study?
Maybe I would learn, maybe I have heard about Pidgin language. It's maybe they use this language in Africa. Pidgin.
What's the name of? What's
Bijan,
the name?
Bijan,
Sorry,
Bijan language.
Bijan. I'm not sure.
Bijan.
Maybe you can
It's
write it.
similar to English language, but there is no grammar in this language. For this reason, I think it's easy to learn. Because I know English, because I know a little in English, so I can get benefit from this. Or maybe I would like to learn maybe any language related to Arabic, or there are some Arabic words in this language, maybe Turkish or Spanish. I think
Turkish,
it's use Arabic words. Yes.
I think that there are Arabic words in many languages, yeah, but Turkish
yes.
probably has a lot
and the
more.
Indian too. I think Indian use Arabic words, yes, too.
So you would choose a language that's a little easier for you to learn because it's closer to Arabic.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. I see we have Nabil with us. Nabil, you can turn on your camera and you can connect your audio, and then we can speak with you. Let's go to Ceci. Hi, Ceci.
Morning. How you doing, guys? Hi,
How are
Chris.
you? Thanks
Really
for joining
good.
us again. It's great to see you every week.
All right. Yeah, sure. Good to see you guys again.
All right. So
I was listening because I still don't catch the topic. Okay. Can
so
you
the
explain?
the topic is if you had to study a different language, not English, then which language would you study and why?
Oh my gosh. Oh, first of all, I would like to finish learning English. I don't know. It depends. If you had a need to learn another language, or which language will I just like? That's the question. Oh.
Just if you had to choose a different language to learn, not English, which language would that be? So for example, we had, let's see, who was talking first? Loredana was talking about Chinese because how useful it is for business, for many different things today, and that it might be important in the future. And then for example, Nirvana talked about learning Spanish because the neighboring countries around her country, around Brazil, they all speak Spanish mostly. And then Ruma was talking about how she's learning Spanish as like a hobby, and that's why. And then
it's a hobby. Okay, I don't have the need to learn another language for now, but one of the languages that it really calls my attention is French.
French. Okay, why?
Just because the style then sounds so interesting to me, and the way they move their tongue, yo, and stuff like that. But no, it's not something that I think I will do because English is so wide. It's so it has a lot of range of words that I still don't finish learning this language. So I don't think I will learn for now another language, but it just calls my attention, French. But yeah, if we take in the fact that we need to learn from business and stuff like that, well, Chinese will be interesting. But I heard, I don't know, that Chinese is one of the most difficult languages to learn. So, and Spanish, thank God that I already speak that language, Nirvana, if you want to talk with me one day. But no, it's not my cup of tea, as Americans says.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So French, that's interesting.
Yeah, French.
Great. Okay, thank you, Ceci.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mukhtar. Hi, Mukhtar. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Great. Do you play guitar?
It's my son's room. He plays guitar.
Okay. Cool. So if you had to learn another language, not English, which language would you choose?
I will choose French because I'm studying in the morning that the most lingua franca language was French before English.
True.
So this is the medium which is used to communicate everywhere
Mhm.
when English was not that popular. So
Right.
now it has become the top language. So if you ask me that what language other than English I want to learn, then I will prefer French because it's my personal experience when I visited Germany and France. So there are a lot of people, they are speaking English, they can understand. But if you know the French language, that is more beneficial for one to get anything, I mean, in the market or whatever your program is there. So French is the second, I think, language there, or maybe because people go there for vacations or something like that. So that language is understandable in the whole Europe, I think. While if you go to the most spoken English in the world, that is Mandarin, which is Chinese.
Yeah,
So-
Mandarin. Mhm.
yeah. But mostly people do this for business purpose. When if you are not in a business purpose, then the second language I would prefer is French.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you that French is very widely spoken in the world still today. Yeah.
And as Ceci said, that the sound, the pronunciation, and the delivery, that is so cool. I don't know anything about the French, but I love to listen that.
Many people say that it sounds like a very romantic language.
Yeah, I'm not that point of view, but they are.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay, so French again. Great. Thank you, Mukhtar. A lot of people talk about what's the most beautiful language or which languages sound the most interesting, and I think Italian and French are usually at the top of this list. But I think different people have different opinions about what a good language sounds like. Like Kai was with us earlier on this call, and he told us that he thinks the Thai language from Thailand, that Thai sounds very beautiful. And so I think different people have different ideas about what sounds good and what sounds bad. I read an article in the newspaper 4 or 5 years ago that said that Ukrainian was voted the most beautiful language. And so, I mean, I think everyone has a different opinion about this. Okay, let's go to Sumitra. Hi, Sumitra. How are things in Nepal today?
Yeah, it's winter started, and yeah, it's all good, going good.
So it's snowing outside.
Not really. We rarely see the snowfall. The temperature is around 16, 17, not that cold.
Mm-hmm. Plus 17, you said.
Yes.
Okay. So a little warm for snow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. And so if you had to learn a different language, not English, which language would you choose and why?
I would so if like uh, as per the sound and style, as our friend said earlier, French and Spanish, I would love to choose. But for easier language for me, I would choose Hindi
Hmm.
from India, because like India is our neighboring country, and even like we grown up listening Hindi songs and movies and all, watching all those movies. So I think it would be a bit easier for us to understand and communicate. So that's the reason. And besides that, even Chinese language can be, because like if I have to go through the business purpose and all, I think it's good to learn Chinese. And last time I have learned a few basic German language, few like I have taken a few classes of German language, and I was interested in German as well.
Wow, that's so cool. So for you, your top choices. So for this, for just how it sounds, just for fun, it would be Spanish or French. But
Yeah,
uh, for practical reasons, the most useful languages
yes,
for you would be Hindi or Chinese,
yes, exactly. Yeah.
because they're your neighboring countries. They're near you.
Yes, connected.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good choice probably. And also Hindi and Chinese, there's so many people who speak it. If we
Yeah.
look at all of the people in the world, these are the two. They have the biggest population of native speakers, probably. Yeah, great. All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So yeah, so I guess there's different reasons why we might learn a language, right? We might learn a language because we need to do something with that language or with the people who speak that language. So in this case, I think a lot of people would choose Chinese, but also we might learn a language because of how it sounds, or that we're interested in this, or maybe from history, there's something that makes us interested in this culture or people or history. And in that case, probably French is one of the top. Like Mukhtar said before, I think that French was the lingua franca, like the main global language before English. And before that, it was probably Spanish. And before that, Dutch. And if we keep going back and back, there was different languages, right? In different parts of the world, different languages were very important. And Ruma earlier talked about Sanskrit, which is a very old language. Today, people don't speak it, but it's before Hindi, before these languages. So there are older languages that maybe today we don't use, but they influenced the languages that we have today. Ceci, you have something to ask or say?
Yeah, well, now that I listened to you guys, I was realizing that one of the reasons that I like English is that the wide access to knowledge that this language has. And another language that has that is Greek. It's not that it's my favorite language, but for example, in Spanish, Spanish is a very hard language to learn. I rather like to teach English than my own language because it's very tricky. But one of the things that I struggle with my own language is sometimes I don't find the right word or the right definition in my own language. But when you go to English or to Greek, then you find the roots of the word, and it's really open to your brain or to your knowledge, so you can understand a word. That doesn't happen with my own language. So something that I love about English is that there are many words that I can explain in Spanish. To use one word in English, sometimes I have to use 3 or 4 of my own language. And that makes me think that my own language is very poor, it's very like limited. And that doesn't happen with Greek and English. So it's something that we can be very thankful about English, because it gives us a lot of access to knowledge, to science, and to understand the root of words. One of the things that happens with English is, Chris, is that, for example, when you say in Spanish means lots of prepositions. You can be in a supermarket, in a room, in like being, it means the same like being at, but in English is inside. And we have to explain more that in Spanish when we say something about like that, something like that. But yeah, if we talk about knowledge, there are some languages that can give us better comprehension of what we're trying to say. It's not just for business or for, that sounds nice and fancy, but gives you access to understand more the meaning of words. That's just something I wanted to contribute for.
Yeah, definitely. That's an interesting perspective. Thanks. And yeah, maybe I can add something here too, that I think it's important to think about language groups and language families, because there are a lot of languages that are connected. Like Amira was saying earlier, that she thinks it would be easier for her to learn a language that's closer to Arabic, for example, Turkish, a language that has more Arabic, like influence from Arabic. And so this is true. It's going to be easier for an Arabic speaker to learn a language that's closer to Arabic. But Ceci, Spanish speaker, Nirvana, Portuguese speaker, Maria, Russian speaker, even with some other languages like Hindi and some languages in India, they're connected by this older language family, and so it's easier for us to learn our languages. So like it's easier for an English speaker to learn Spanish than to learn Arabic, or it's easier for an English speaker to learn Russian than to learn Chinese, or because they were all connected before. So in linguistics, there's this idea called Proto-Indo-European, or just Indo-European. And so people who study languages look back to this as like the connection of almost all European languages, many Indian languages too. And so this Proto-Indo-European, I think they have an interesting map here that kind of shows how it grew. But a lot of these languages are connected by old words, and that's why you see a lot of very similar things in these languages, and it's much easier for people from these places to learn the languages of other people who are part of this group. And yeah, so you can see all of these different groups of languages, like Slavic languages like Russian, Polish, Czech, Ukrainian, Bulgarian, Serbian, like all of these languages are in one language family called Serbian, whereas English is part of the Germanic group. So English, German, Dutch, Afrikaans is also in this group. And then there's like the Romance languages or Italic languages from the Roman Empire, right? And this had a big influence. And so you have French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, Romanian. And so all of those are different families, but they're all part of one bigger group called Indo-European. And so, right, it's probably easier for an English speaker to learn German than to learn Spanish, but it's much easier to learn Spanish than to learn Chinese or something from a completely different group. Yeah. Okay, let's go to Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you
Hi
today?
everyone. I'm good. I'm pretty good.
I'm glad to hear that. So, so you speak Tagalog and English, right?
Yes.
Or Filipino and English.
Yeah,
And
Tagalog and English.
what about Spanish?
Yes, I have learned a lot of language like Spanish, Japanese, Korean language, especially Korean, because I love to watch K drama and it's nice. So
Yeah.
it's more interesting to learn a lot of language. Yeah.
So you've studied Japanese and Korean and some other languages too?
Yes, a basic language.
Mm-hmm. And so if you were not spending time studying English, which language would you focus on?
I will be using our own language here in the Philippines, Tagalog,
Right, right.
for
But
better communicate to other people.
so if you had to learn a different foreign language, what other language would you choose? Not English.
I think Korean language.
Korean. Why Korean? Because you like the culture?
Yes, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I see we have someone else here. Norbenrico says also from the Philippines. Norbenrico, hi.
Hello.
If you turn on your camera and your microphone, you can join us speaking. Oh, there you are. Hi. You just need to.
Hi, sir.
There you, okay.
Hello, sir.
So
Can
what part of
you hear?
the? I can hear you. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So what part of the Philippines are you from?
I live in small town, what is called Baguio City.
Oh,
Baguio City.
Baguio.
From Baguio City.
Baguio. Uh-huh.
It is a small city, but we are surrounded by mountains and trees here. And it is called capital summer of the Philippines. Why? Because many tourists visit here here in Baguio City.
Uh-huh. Is that in the north part of the Philippines?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
North
And
part of
Melissa, you're where in the Philippines? Are you in Manila?
I'm from near in Manila, Laguna, South
Laguna.
Luzon,
Okay.
Laguna.
Okay, great. And so Norbenrico, what about you? If you had to learn a different language, not English, what other language would you learn?
Sir, for me is Japanese, sir.
Japanese.
Japanese because here in the Philippines uh, we have school here, Japanese school here. So we have private school here. We have private school. I'm sorry, private school here too. That's why I need to learn Japanese language so that I can enter private school because here in the Philippines it's very expensive or if you land a job example for that, not only learning their culture about our career, we are talking about career here in the Philippines. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's why I need to learn Japanese language. That is my what is this my want to achieve in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So this will help you with your career.
yeah, because here it costs 40,000, 37, I think 60,000 per month. When I see their advertisement here in the Philippines, just like here in Baguio City. So
It costs that much to study at the Japanese school, or are you talking about how much they pay for a job?
how much they pay their job is here in the Philippines is that is it costs of 60 or around 60,000.
So they
So that's
pay
why
more. They pay a lot of money if you can speak Japanese.
yes, sir.
Okay, cool. And I know in the history of the Philippines, I think during World War II, Japan occupied the Philippines, and there's probably a lot of influence from Japan still. What do you what do you think? So I think Japan probably has influence in the Philippines, and it sounds like there's a lot of Japanese businesses too.
Not really, sir.
No?
It's mostly here is I mostly here are Chinese yeah, Chinese businesses.
Okay. So today it's more important to learn Japanese or Chinese in the Philippines.
It depends because when I search in on the internet is mostly Mandarin or Chinese. But for
Mhm.
me, I want to learn Japanese because I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Japan.
That's a good
Okay,
reason to learn Japanese.
yeah.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Let's talk to Indica or Indica. I'm sorry. You'll have to tell me how to pronounce your name. Hi.
Hi, sir.
Welcome.
Come, sir. I am from Sri Lanka, sir.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, sir. Sir, but now my country is very small country, sir. But near the Indian Ocean.
Right. Sri Lanka. Yeah, it has a very big population though, many people.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. And so you're studying English now?
Yes, sir. I am, but now I am working in the Sri Lankan Navy, sir, as a
Maybe.
sailor. But now I very important my Navy career for English. So day to day I studied English language, sir. But sometimes my English knowledge, speaking and understanding very poor, sir. But our day-to-day career want to the English language learning, sir.
So if you needed to study a different language, not English, then which language would you want to study?
Sorry, sir.
So today we're talking about which other language we would learn if we did not study English. So not English, what other language do you want to learn?
Yes, sir. Yes, my mother language is Sinhala, sir. But Sinhala, but English language is very important, sir. Our and other language that teach Tamil and
Tamil. Tamil.
Tamil language main language our country.
Right. Okay. And what other important languages are in your country, but not local languages?
Yes, yes.
Other important foreign languages. Not English, though. What other languages? Indica?
Yes, sir.
What are some other important languages that are not local?
Sir.
So not Tamil, not Sinhala, not English. What about other languages?
Other language very important. As I think Chinese,
Chinese
and Korean,
and Korean
Japan.
and Japanese. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And have you studied those languages before?
No, sir. My career, day-to-day routine, sir, is very busy, sir. But sometime I don't isn't time for learning, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, sir. Good day, sir.
Great. Let's go to Teresa. Hello, Teresa.
Yes, teacher.
Hi. You can call me Chris. My name's Chris.
Okay. Chris, yes.
So if you did not study English, what other language would you study?
French,
Why?
because I think is the people like to speak French
Mm-hmm.
in the world. Yes, people like to speak French too. After English, they speak French, Spanish, or Portuguese.
Okay. French, Spanish, or Portuguese. And why do you think those languages?
I think it's very important to learn other language.
Mm-hmm.
Apart English, I would like to speak French, to speak Spanish, maybe, or now I speak Portuguese.
Now you speak Portuguese. Now you're studying Portuguese, or your first language is Portuguese?
My first language is Portuguese, but in our country we have other language.
Right. Remind us which country you're joining us from. Togo?
No, Angola, Luanda.
Angola. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Angola, Luanda.
Right. Okay. So Portuguese. Mm-hmm. And you said that there's also another main language. What's the other main language there?
Sorry, I don't understand. What?
So you said that Portuguese is the main language, but you also speak another language too, right?
Mother language is Kikongo.
Kikongo, okay.
Yes.
And maybe you speak some like Kimbundu?
Kimbundu too, it's in my country, yes.
But you don't speak this?
Don't speak Kimbundu because the region of my parents, they speak Kikongo.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Teresa.
Okay.
Great. Okay. So I think we've spoken to everyone who had their video on. Thanks everyone for joining us. I know these calls sometimes go very long because we're trying to speak to everyone. So sometimes we will have a topic like today, and sometimes we'll just do an open lesson where everyone can ask their questions. But remember that you can also ask questions on YouTube. We have new videos. Let's see, every Monday, every Friday, we put a new long video. We have some short videos there. So there's a lot more coming very soon. We've been making a lot of new stuff. And then every week we're doing these live calls at 8 a.m. New York time, Wednesday. So you can join us. And yeah, also we want to add more of these live calls in the future. So tell your friends to subscribe to our channel, because the more people we have subscribed, then the more live lessons we will add. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll talk again very soon. And by the way, if you want speaking practice every day, we have our English Everyday Speaking Practice program. Right now, we have, here's the link. I just sent the link in the chat, and I'll send the link in the chat here. Right now, we have about 4 or 5 lessons every day. And our plan is that in January, we're going to add about 100 more lessons per month. So about 3 or 4 more lessons every day. So if you want to practice speaking, that's really the best place to go. There's different teachers, different topics, grammar, speaking, vocabulary, and pronunciation lessons. So the link is in the chat. And you can join us for live speaking practice with smaller groups where it's not just talking one by one like it is here, where you can go into smaller groups, smaller rooms, and practice speaking more. So thanks, everybody. I will see you next time. Have a great day.